The most overrated watch brand in the industry is Rolex, and it's not even close. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name's Phil. I'm the ordinary watch guy. I'm perfectly ordinary, but the watches are always special. Today, I'm going to give you the secret that I think you already know. You've probably sussed this out for yourself. There's nothing special about Rolex. Is this a hot take? Well, I'm getting to the point where I legitimately appreciate the presence of Hublot in the industry more than I appreciate Rolex. Do I specifically want to own an Hublot? Not really. It's not me. But I do appreciate their drive, their innovation, the changes that they forced in the industry, their overall attitude. And you really have to give it to them. If you actually go into an Hublot boutique, it's fun and you will enjoy it. There's a joy in what they do. Rolex is a brand that's about to become the beige old man of watches. They've got some boring pieces in their collection. They've got some tasteless pieces in their collection. But what they don't have, quite frankly, is anything that stands up to the hype. And it's all a bit joyless. So in this video, I'm going to be looking at the watches that they want to make you wait for, and I'm going to suggest a joyful, exciting alternative that you can buy immediately and that are frankly better watches. So buckle up. Let's start with the Oyster Perpetual. Okay, fair enough. I actually think that this is my favorite watch in the Rolex range, and I'm not going to hate on it. Like all Rolex watches, it's rooted in a tradition for hard-working tool watches that were supposed to be obtainable, sound, solid investments, not because they'd appreciate in price, but because you'd wear it for the rest of your life. A simple stainless steel three-handed watch, literally uncomplicated, bomb-proof, and it'll wear the scratches and the scars of your life pretty much as you will until you pass it on to someone that you love. Available now in a range of colourful and tasteful dials. Okay, not that one. But this is a really great watch with a great bracelet and a superb clasp. Unfortunately, you can't really have what you want at MSRP, but such is the problem with Rolex. At MSRP, with the dial that you want, for £5,900, this is one of the best watches on the market. But sadly, you can't. So instead, I'm going to buy an Omega Aquaterra with a 41mm dial, 150 meters of water resistance, METAS certification at the same price, but probably with a 10% discount. And a 10% discount is £590. The Datejust 41. This is the grail watch of every dodgy wheeler dealer that ever lived. The Datejust 41 in yellow roller saw, the watch that Swiss Tony wears. Choosing a great watch is very much like making love to a beautiful woman. Insert your own punchline. Probably something about it being expensive. I cannot express how outdated this watch looks. I cannot express how try-hard this watch is. I'm very successful, Everybody is looking, thinking, is that a real one? Because there's so many dodgy fakes out there right now, and most people don't honestly know what they're looking at. I'd personally rather not wear a watch at all. At £14,450, and that's the garish yellow roller saw with the fluted bezel and a Jubilee bracelet, because let's be honest, we're going to have to go full Tony Soprano on this one.
It's a stereotype, and it's offensive.
I'm left with so many options for what I could have instead. How can you take that Rolex over a Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso Duo face? I have no idea. Alternatively, you could take yourself to Piaget and buy a polo date. a watch that looks incredible and has the versatility on stainless steel, leather, and rubber, and it costs £12,500. The Submariner. I called Mappin and Webb and asked them how long I'd have to wait to get a stainless steel Submariner date at MSRP. Let's be fair to them, they did tell me. The answer was 9 years. There is so much wrong with this conversation. The guy trying to upsell me to the Rolex used program and spend more than MSRP to get a pre-owned Submariner is gatekeeping my access to a new Submariner at MSRP. This is a massive conflict of interests. It's insane. What an absolute shakedown. I can get a sub date today that's almost brand new for £10,500 on the second-hand market. Aside from all of that, this watch is boring. Nobody on earth should wait 6 months for this watch, never mind 9 years. The dive watch market is incredible with so much choice. You could get a JLC Polaris date for about 10 grand, get a titanium Grand Seiko Evolution 9 spring drive with 5 days of power reserve and a staggering dial like the Ushio Blue, MSRP £10,950. But I'm confident that you'd secure it for £6,000 in the secondary market. These are interesting watches, and they mark you out from every other exec guy who just got to that level. Rolex Explorer. Sorry, this is the most boring watch on the planet. The watch that Sir Edmund Hillary didn't summit Everest with. If someone needed to express the Explorer in one word, the word they'd need to use is dull. 40 millimeters of monotone boredom, yours for £6,950 if you can get your hands on it at MSRP. What could I take instead? I can't think of a watch that's boring enough to substitute this for. The big numbers on the dial remind me of the special universal remote control that we got for my granddad. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to sub it out for an Hublot original titanium classic fusion. It's 2026. This is not a time to walk softly. We need to ring the changes. And what about the GMT Master II? Over the last decade, this has become the hype watch. Only the Daytona is more of a hype watch than the GMT 2. Batman, Batgirl, Hulk, the cringe just intensifies. Are we adults or are we 4-year-old children? But if you do need a GMT, here's my solution, and it'll bring you so much more joy. First, buy yourself a Nomos Zurich Weltzeit for £3,400. Okay, it's genuinely an incredible GMT. Watch for watch, it's better than a GMT 2. Just is. Now, take yourself to Omega with the 10,000 that you just saved, because you're not buying yourself a Batman for MSRP, are you? Let's stop pretending that they cost £9,850 and buy yourself the new Planet Ocean in blue. This watch is also better than the GMT 2. It has 600 meters of dive credentials, which you probably need about as much as you need your GMT functionality. But if anyone is saying that they would prefer to have a single GMT2 over a Planet Ocean, brand new, the brand new one, and a Nomos Zurich Weltzeit, plus about £2,000 in change, I've got a bridge to sell you. And I'll have to put your name down on the wait list and I'll call you when it comes in. Finally, the Daytona. This is not going to be a long one. You cannot buy this watch in stainless steel at retail. You cannot. understand the actual price of this watch right now. It's £20,000 to £25,000. This is not a £20,000 to £25,000 watch. It just isn't. I'm not going to say that you're foolish to spend that much money on a stainless steel Daytona, because you may have your own reasons to do that. And quite frankly, that might not be a lot of money to you. But usually I would simply recommend a Chronomaster Sport from Zenith. And for God's sake, don't buy it new, get it secondary and pay about £5,000 mint condition with box and papers plus your import costs. Other honourable mentions go to IWC. I personally love what they're doing with the patented Suratanium cases. And the Pilot's Watch Performance Chronograph 41, Mercedes, AMG, Petronas Formula One team might be a ridiculous name, but it does look like a sensational watch. So there we are. I think Rolex is a pretty stagnant brand. They seem to be lacking imagination. They market themselves incredibly well and very hard, but they can't keep up with the demand that they've created for themselves. They overpromise, they underdeliver. Anyone willing to wait 9 years to get a Submariner needs to spend the money on therapy instead. Have I gone in too hard on them? Do you think I'm offering hot takes? Hit the comments and let me know what you think. I've enjoyed making the video for you. If you've enjoyed watching it, hit like and subscribe for more of my content. Every now and again, I get a bit spicy and I throw in some hot takes. I'll be back soon with some more content. In the meanwhile, check out my previous videos and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.